So the Switch 2 has been out for over a week now, and it has literally been the biggest console launch in console history, and people are going crazy about it. But as someone who lives and breathes Splatoon, I have some thoughts and some opinions on the Switch 2. So just to begin with, when I first got the Switch 2, it feels incredibly better than the first console, and that's both physical and just the way it runs. So first of all, it feels a lot more hefty. It just feels better to hold in the hands. It definitely fits my bigger hand size. It definitely feels like when I go back to the other Switch, it feels very small. So this definitely isn't too big. I think the size is perfect. Some of the things I was most excited about for the Switch 2 was obviously the fact that it was going to be 10 times more powerful than the regular Switch, being able to have a higher quality screen, and obviously as a Splatoon player, the obvious upgrades that will come to Splatoon eventually, and also the magnetic Joy-Cons, because I like satisfying things, okay? It's literally borderline addicting to just continue taking these off. Like when I'm playing something, I don't care what I'm playing, just hitting this and just taking them off over and over again, it's happening, okay? But while this is really good and it definitely does everything it was advertised for, there are a few things that kind of made me, I don't know, I feel like I was more excited about them than I really should have been. One of those being the C button, the game chat feature. It's not actually that useful. I literally haven't used it one time, because as someone who has access to Discord, when I play with my friends, we just use Discord because that's what we've used for all of our other games, PC gaming and such. So I actually haven't even used the C button yet because I just don't have a use for it currently. And another thing that's really bothered me, and this is something that probably will be fixed in an update later, is that the battery on this is displayed wrong. A lot of them have this problem, and it's just really weird. You can fix it, but mine, I fixed it by doing the special, boot up secret menu thingy, and I fixed that. And then I made a video telling other people how to do it. So to make that video, I obviously did it again, and that made my battery do the glitch again. So I don't know, it probably will be fixed in a later update to the system, but it's really annoying that has a defect, and it does affect how long you can play on it. If you turn it off while it goes to 1%, it still has maybe 20 minutes left of battery. But if you turn it off at 1%, it thinks that it's dead, so it won't let you turn it back on unless you plug it in. So it's losing you battery life. And whilst we're on the topic of battery life, so I've been playing the brand new addition to Tears of the Kingdom because I've wanted to play the game again. I haven't played it in 2 years or 1 year or something. I don't remember however long it's been out. So I haven't played in a while, so I decided to play the game again. And it definitely looks stunningly better. But the problem is I only get about 3 hours of playtime before the console runs dead. And that's impressive, obviously, for the power of this console, but I'm just really feel like if I go out somewhere with this console, which I actually haven't done yet, I haven't taken this anywhere but my house because I'm very protective over it, and also I need to get a better screen protector because this is a plastic screen. It's gonna get scratches easily if you're not careful. I haven't taken this out yet, but I feel like if I did, I would only have 3 hours. So I'd probably want to buy a power bank or something so that I at least get a little bit more battery life out of this. Because 3 hours of gaming is less than, a normal person is gonna do on this console. Speaking of the Switch 2's battery, if you want to get a very fast charger, then you can use today's sponsor, Aohai. This is one of the fastest chargers that I've ever used. It also has incredible transfer speeds. So whenever I record videos on my phone and I want to transfer those over onto my PC for editing, this thing is extremely fast. I transferred 5 gigabytes of a video in mere seconds onto my PC, which is extremely fast. It also can transfer display, so this thing is super powerful. You can hook this up to literally a 4K monitor and get some of the highest hertz possible, which gives you the highest FPS in gaming. And if you pick this up using the link below and use code INBLADE15OFF, then you can get 15% off of your first order. Huge thanks to Aohai for sending over this cord and for sponsoring today's video. When it comes to playing games like Splatoon on this console, it definitely has its pros and also has its cons. And yes, there are cons because it does have the lower battery life, which means when you're playing Splatoon on this, it definitely is going to give you less time in handheld. But also one of the best features is the fact that it did get a free update for Splatoon 3, meaning that this new specs of this 1080p screen you can actually play Splatoon 3 in 1080p in handheld, while on the Switch 1 you can only play 720p handheld. So it's definitely way better in that sense, but also whenever docked, you can go up to 4K. So I've found this really useful whenever I want to put it on a TV that's 4K. It obviously is going to look just as good as in handheld, whereas before, if I put my 1080p Switch on the big 4K screen, it's going to look pretty bad and actually going to lessen the quality of my playtime. But it feels just the same going from handheld to TV because the quality doesn't change because obviously 4K. I've found that this has actually made me better at Splatoon, and I'm pretty bad at Splatoon 3. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. You guys have watched my streams. You'll know that I'm not that great, but I've actually gotten a lot better just because of how smooth this is and no dropped frames whenever I'm playing competitively. So if you are someone who's very, very competitive, then you might want to pick up a Switch 2 because it will give you a boost when it comes to competitiveness. But if you're a casual player and you don't really use big 4K screen TVs and you only really play handheld mode, then you probably don't need to have a Switch 2. It definitely runs better on the Switch 1 as well. They gave Splatoon 3 an update on the Switch 1, so it does have a bit better performance even on Switch 1. They're just giving so much to this game, and we thought it was dead. But speaking of giving to this game, we have Splatoon Raiders coming up, which is a huge game, and it's going to be exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2. So that means you're probably going to want to upgrade to this if you enjoy playing every Splatoon game. Also, if you have the attention span of a goldfish, this definitely helps because the load times are like twice as fast, sometimes even more than that. I've just found that the load times are so much better on Switch 2. Like, I don't get that huge load time when I'm moving from the lobby to Grisco Industries. Like, I can go from Salmon Run to regular Turf War within seconds. It doesn't take forever to load. It's literally just like you click it and then boop, 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 it's done. Like, it's just way better for people like me that are goldfish brained. So my final thoughts are, there are almost no negatives to this console. It's extremely thin, yet has a pretty good battery. Not as good as the original, but that's because it's so powerful. It feels seamless to jump from handheld to going to docked because of the resolution upgrades. And as well as that, the load times are just so much faster. It's way more fluent to play the game. It's smoother to play the game. The frame rates are more consistent. And overall, if you're a Splatoon addict, as I am, this is definitely something that you might want to consider buying. But let me know what you guys think. Did you buy Switch 2 specifically for Splatoon, or did you buy it for all the other games coming to it? And also, are you excited for everything coming to this console, Splatoon Raiders, and maybe eventually Splatoon 4? I just want to thank you guys as well for getting me to 4,000 subscribers, and I'm trying to get to 5,000 by the end of the year, and we're only halfway through the year, so we definitely have a possibility of doing that. So if you loved this video, or if you even remotely liked it, then I make a ton of other videos like this about Splatoon and Switch 2 and everything Nintendo related pretty much. So if you really like this video, please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you all on the next one.